Hello. Um, I wanted to make a little video to remind you on how to operate or how to navigate the census website. So let's say my assignment is to do complete a demographic profile of um, a neighborhood in the county. And let's say my agency operates in East Salinas, right? And so I have to conduct a demographic profile of East Salinas, that neighborhood. Okay, so the way to do that is I will go to the census. So let me start sharing my screen. And here, okay, here, my Zoom page. But anyway, I'm going to go to census.gov. And okay, they're holding meetings somewhere. All right. So I am going to go to data and maps and then to tables and maps. So tables and maps. And this is a glitch. And this is a glitch, but we can get over that. The way to go past this is to refresh the page. You click here, refresh on your browser, and it will take you to the actual page you want to be in. If you are using a Mac, I think you won't have this problem. But if you're having a PC, again, don't get scared or alarmed by that big glitch. Just click refresh. Anyway, okay, so this is the census website for tables, and it's a very powerful tool. This is where you would find the data uh, for the census, all kinds of data from all their surveys. Okay, um, formatted in tables. Anyway, so here, the most important part of this page is the filters, because this is going to guide the tables that you receive. Anyway, so if you click filters off, you just get the tables. And right now, the default here is a DP05 for all the United States, right? It's a demographic profile table number 5. We'll talk about this in a little bit. Anyway, so but we don't care about the United States right now, at least specifically. We will use it as a comparison group, but not our main focus of analysis. So I said I wanted to look at East Salinas, and I know that the zip code that um, that contains East Salinas is 93905, right? So that is my that is where I want to go. Now, here in your filters, you can filter by geography, by topic, by survey, years, or codes. Now, some of you, depending on the default you have in your computer, this will be expanded, right? Which makes it a little bit, so you will find them like this, all expanded, right? I prefer to not expand them, right? So that you can go quickly to one of them. Anyway, when you hit geography, you're going to get the most common ones here. And if you don't find the one that you need, like for example, you're doing uh, a school district, let's say, click on all geographies, and you will have right block group census tract. This is even a more detailed part of neighborhoods, county subdivision, um, economic place. You can use place if you're looking if you're going to do a city. You won't find a city in the census, but they talk about place for smaller ones, for smaller localities. So for example, if you wanted to do the whole Salinas area, you would pick place here and look for Salinas. Anyway, so this is how you would go. This is all the geographies they have. I'm going to do a 6-digit zip code, and it's in California. And I know the zip code in this case is 93905. Okay, now that's selected. Here in the filters, it has, I'm showing you the United States, the zip code that you asked me for. And I am also going to look at the county. I want to compare that zip code to the county. So here in California, and I'm going to look for Monterey County. There, Monterey County. Perfect. Now that's added here. I'm going to move Monterey. Can I move that? No, I can't. Anyway, okay, I got it there. Now, I can, now I'm done with geographies, so I can just close that part. And it's showing me here that for those geographies, I have 4,346 tables out there, right? This is a weird one, quarterly summary of state and local taxes, right? For that, this would be interesting if you are doing, I don't know, a business analysis or an economic development project. You want to know how much you sell and say, anyway, but that's not the topic here. I want to do a demographic analysis. So the best survey or census product that you can that we have available for demographic analysis is the American Community Survey. It's conducted every year to a representative sample of American households at almost every geography, right? It goes down to the census tract. So I'm going to choose the American Community Survey. Now, you can choose 1-year estimates just to look at what happened in the most recent year, right? Or if you want to have the most precise estimates, you should choose 5-year estimates. And what I mean by more precise is that for these 5-year estimates, the census aggregates 5 years of data, and that means the 5 years of different respondents, right? So that creates a more robust sample that will give you lower margin of errors. You know that when you're sampling, the larger your sample, the smaller the margin of error. So I'm going to go with 5-year estimates, and for this, I'm going to ask for data profiles. This is the simplest and most, in my opinion, complete table for a quick demographic analysis. So data profiles. And here on my filters, you would see I have these 3 geographies, and I have data profiles for American Community Survey for these geographies. Okay, so close that, and it's showing me you have all these 4 tables available to you, right? DP2 is selected social characteristics. This one will tell you about how many families, how many are married, how many are, veterans, disability, all of those things. Very interesting stuff. But I want to start with DP05. This one is the demographic and housing estimates. And DP05 is great for race and ethnicity and total population and age groups. So I'll go there. And okay, the table is right here. I'm just going to get my filters away from here so they can actually look at the data. So in the United States, you see it's 329 million people. In the county, we have 438, almost 439,000 people. And in this, I'm not seeing my zip code here. That is very interesting. Monterey County, and the zip code is not there. Good thing that happened in this video. Sometimes the census page glitches. So I'm going to take that one out and go again to the filter and ask for it again, yet again. Filter, good practice. Let's go to geography, zip code, California. And I'm going to put here 9395, 93905. Okay, that's the one. It's updating the table. Okay, good. It's updated the tables. Now let's see DP05. Let's close all the filters. So now we have the United States, Monterey County, and there you have it, the zip code. Okay, good. So this zip code has 64,000 people, right? Good. Now, one little trick that we didn't discuss in class. If you want to make sure that you have the right zip code, you can see right now we're on this tables tab, but we can choose this maps tab, and it's going to show us where we are in the map and the geographies that we've chosen, right? And you see, this is the zip code that we've chosen. Let's zoom out a little bit, and you see this is Salinas, all right? These are all the zip codes that comprise Salinas, and 93905 is exactly in Salinas. Now, let's say you only care a smaller part of this zip code, like let's say Alisal, right? Because the zip code contains all these households. Now, in the map, if we ask for boundaries, you get all the boundaries here. The zip code is checked, right? But we could also look at census tract. So if we click on census tract, there are boundaries. You see that this zip code, the whole of East Salinas, has many little neighborhoods here, census tract, right? So you could potentially ask, I want information just for this census tract for 10605, right? But we're not going to do that right now. Anyway, in the maps, the maps tab, you can confirm that you have the right geography. You can even export this and put it as a nice picture wherever you in a paper. So anyway, so we've confirmed this is the maps. Now let's go back to the tables. So I can see that you have all the age groups there. Let's see the population under 18 years of age. So in the United States, it's 74 million children, and that's 22% of the population, right? That's under 18. In the county, it's 115,000 children, and that represents 26% population. That's higher than the United States as a whole, right? So we are younger. And in this neighborhood, it's 22,000 children, and they represent a third of the total population, right? So you can already see that this is a very young part of the county. It has 30% of the population, so 35% of the population are children, right? And very young children, if we went to the other age groups, you would see that it has a lot of young children, young families. Other things that we can see here are race and ethnicity. And remember, when the census asks for race, they separate race from ethnicity, right? So this is like, for example, here, white in this neighborhood, it says 11,000, right? But some of them are also Latino or Hispanic. And in many cases, it makes sense to separate Latino and Hispanic from white non-Latino, right? So This is the table that allows you to do that. So if you keep scrolling down, you will see here Hispanic or Latino of any race. Okay, you see here that in this zip code, 93905, that's East Salinas, there are 59,740 individuals that identify themselves as Hispanic or Latino. That's 93% of the population in the zip code. 93%. Compare that to the county, where 59% identify themselves as Hispanic or Latino or any race, and compare that to the country, where only 18% identify themselves as Hispanic or Latino. Now, white alone, that's white that are not Hispanic or Latino, that don't identify as Hispanic or Latino, 59% in the United States, much lower in the county, 29%, and in this zip code, in this neighborhood, it's only 2.7%. Right? So now you get a picture of this the demographic composition of this neighborhood. Now we can also look at the poverty rate. So if we go to DP03, economic characteristics, this one is the one that gives you how many work, where they work. This is an interesting one. So for example, here in the United States, agriculture and forestry, only 1% of the population, almost 2%, work in agriculture in the United States. Yet, they feed the entire country, right? Which is amazing to me. Anyway, 1.7% work in agriculture, but in the county, that's 16%, right? 16% of all workers in the county work in agriculture. And in this neighborhood, it's 35%. 35% of all individuals that work in this neighborhood work in agriculture. Okay, so we can have a lot more their incomes. Okay, this is interesting. So the median household income in this neighborhood is $63,000. The median, right? That means that half make more than 63,000 and half make less than 63,000. Let's look at the county. The county is 82,000. Half of the residents in the county make 82,000 or more, and half make 82,000 or less. That's about $20,000 more than this neighborhood. And in the United States, it's about 70,000, right? So the county is a little richer, right, in terms of income, household income, than the United States as a whole. But this neighborhood is, a lot has a lot less income, gross income, monthly income, or yearly income than the county, but about the same as the country. All right. Anyway, looking at the poverty rate, if you keep going down, health insurance coverage. Some of you may be interested in that. How many work, percentage of families and individuals that live under the poverty line. Let's look here. All people are under 18. So children in poverty in the United States is 17%. So 17% of children in the whole United States, right, live in households that earn less than the poverty line. Compare that to the county, it's 17.8%, a little higher than the country as a whole. In this neighborhood, though, it's a lot higher, right? It's almost 29%. Almost a third of the children live in households that earn less than the poverty level. Okay. This one is also interesting, right? This is poverty for individuals who are 65 years and over. And in the country, you have 9.6% of individuals that are living under the poverty line. And the county is a little higher, And in this neighborhood is even higher, right? It's 14%. Anyway, that is how you go about it. If you want more information, go back to filters here. If you want more information on housing, how much they spend in housing, um, or here in social characteristics, you can find information on whether they're veterans or disabled or all of those fun things. Anyway, this is the simpler way to do it with DP3, which is the demographic profile tables. If you wanted to explore more, you could go into the detailed tables, right? Going back to here, if you go to surveys, American Community Survey, and 5-year estimates, and click that. And you can look at detailed tables or even subject tables, which tend to dig deeper into these statistics. Like in a detailed table or a subject table, you may be able to find, for example, I don't know, school enrollment by gender or occupation by gender, right? Things that you wouldn't be able to find in just in the simple data profiles. But anyway, that's for you to investigate and for you to look for. So that's how you go about it. As you can let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you soon.